Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube on WTIM TV. I'm here in studio with Lincoln Land Community College Director, Taylorville Director, Dee Kruger. Great to have you here, Dee.
Hi, great to be here.
So you're in the middle of summer right now. You're a good chunk of the way through your summer portion.
Through summer.
So what do you have going on right now?
Summer classes are going on out at Taylorville. We have welding and CNA and a biology class. So things are hopping out there for summer. Fall's looking good so far with registration. So we'll look forward to getting a lot more in the fall semester.
What is your Summer in a Minute program?
Summer in a minute. I just meant that I'm going to talk about summer for 1 minute because it doesn't have a lot to talk about. We're kind of through summer. It's almost halfway through.
I see. Well,
yeah.
Summer classes are in full swing right now. And now I understand that with summer courses, they have oftentimes there's like an 8-week course. Or is there still anything that people can sign up for in the second part of summer?
Not really. We don't have any 4-week classes. It's just too tough. I know in the summer we used to do physics 1 and 2 in the summer for visiting students. But I think that's about the only thing they do in a 4-week sequence because it's just too tough. And I mean, those physics students live there Monday through Friday, it seems like, but they get the job done in the summer.
Yeah, I recently witnessed my partner take physics 2, and it's not a joke.
No, it's not. It's not pretty at all.
Well, that leads into the next question, though. As far as fall goes, registration is open, I'm sure.
It's actually open, and we're registering today. And we have an event coming up also for registration. It's called a Rapid Enrollment Day. It's going to be Tuesday, July 26th from 3 to 7 in the evening. If you want to come out, if you're just curious about the classes or curious about, I always wanted to be a nurse, what does it take to be one? It's a great time to come out. We'll have financial aid people there to help with those kinds of questions. We do ask that everyone register for the event because we want to make sure we have enough people to cover the amount of students that may come. The registration information will be online soon at our website, www.llcc.edu/Taylorville. It's a great time, and even maybe you're already registered, but you still have a few questions. You can come out and get those questions answered then too.
Is this a relatively new thing that you guys have done? Or
we did it last year, and it seemed to be pretty popular. I know some students just waited for the day to register for some reason, but it worked. And hopefully we'll get some, new students out there that maybe are curious. Just we'll answer any questions, no pressure sales. We're just there to help you with your education journey.
In lesser words, don't wait till the day to register.
Yeah, please don't wait till August something to register because you may not get the class schedule that you want.
Yeah, that could be frustrating at times when you think you're going to get a certain schedule and then you just don't quite.
Yeah, even right now, I mean, we're still 6 weeks, 8 weeks off of the summer or the fall start. I'm having trouble finding schedules that mesh real nicely.
Really?
So, because students like to have, if they could drive to Springfield, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule or that nice Tuesday, Thursday schedule. And midday, those classes from 10 to 2 are full. I mean, it's hard to get a student schedule to work. So it's interesting. Our fall, of course, is different this time because we have the 8-week courses versus the 16-week courses. So students will only have to concentrate on 1 or 2 subjects at a time instead of 3 or 4.
I see.
So hopefully research has showed that students retain better and have better GPAs if they only study 2 things at a time versus 4.
Interesting.
So, of course, some of our sciences, our CNA program, construction will still be the 16-week because there's just no way to get those into 8 weeks. But for the most part, all of our classes like psychology, English, sociology, speech, all of those are in the 8-week format.
Okay. And that's a college-wide shift, right?
It's for right now, the outreach centers are doing it. We have outreach centers in Taylorville, Litchfield, Jacksonville, Beardstown. So we're the pilot to see how this works. Students, like for psychology, maybe it used to be Tuesday, Thursday from 1 to 2:20. Well, now it's Monday through Thursday, 1 to 2:20, because it's only 8 weeks long.
And then that other 8 weeks
It's
is
something else.
right. It's still kind of a semester schedule,
Right.
but just split into 2.
Right. You just change subjects in the middle.
Interesting. And so I guess I was going to ask, how has that gone? But we don't know yet. We'll
We
find
don't know
out
yet.
here.
We'll find out this time next year how everything went.
Yeah. And I guess you'll see too if that expands into the other.
Yes, the plan is to expand it, I think, college wide. They wanted to see first how we did with the scheduling part. It's been some challenges to try to mesh Springfield and Taylorville classes with us being mods and them being semester still.
Right.
But for the most part, I've got student schedules to work out, and they're able to take both Taylorville and Springfield if they want to, or they can get a full schedule in Taylorville as well.
Have there been any examples of community colleges utilizing this
Oh,
new
yes.
type of schedule, and how's
Yes.
it gone for them?
It's always very positive in the research that you read, and in fact, Lincoln Land's kind of behind the 8 ball on this because a lot of colleges are going to this, universities are going to this. I know sometimes when they've already done it, when you wanted to do that fast track bachelor's degree, it was all on the weekends kind of thing.
Right.
So it's kind of that same type of idea.
I know in my experience, worth a semester schedule, oftentimes I'd get really burned out with a subject towards the last 4 weeks.
Exactly.
How much of that plays into this decision?
Yeah, I think some of that plays into because you do see that fall off towards the end of a semester, whether it's in the spring or the fall. Sometimes people are ready for Christmas or ready for summer,
Right.
and they're anxious to get to that point. But yeah, I think this will prove to be a good idea. The teachers that we have are excited about the process and excited about trying this new technique. I'm just excited for the students.
Yeah. Ultimately, that's what we're looking for, right?
That's what we're looking for.
Right. Well, do you have any other events coming up to prepare the college for, and the students for that matter, for the upcoming school year?
Not really. The rapid enrollment day is kind of where we're putting everything. Of course, anybody can come out Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and we're there to answer all your questions, no matter if it's a question about a Springfield class or something in Taylorville. We have staff in Taylorville that can help you with your financial aid if you stumble around. We also can get virtual visits with Springfield financial aid advisors because that's their niche. And they can help students a lot quicker sometimes than we can because we don't do it a lot.
Right.
And that's their job every day to help students through that financial aid process.
Where are we in that financial aid process right now?
You need to file for the 22-23 FAFSA.
Okay.
Using your 2020 taxes. And right now, if you file, you usually get your award letter, I'll say, in 7 to 10 days. So tuition's due July 28th, or after that, the day you enroll. So your financial aid must be in place at that time, or else you need to do a payment plan. So getting that in line is important. I would highly suggest everybody go to fasfa.gov. Not the .com website, because sometimes it peaks up there and it's a spam website and they try to charge you $49.95 for something that's totally free. And they promise they can get you more money, but the Pell Grant is the Pell Grant and there is no more money.
Right. You get what you get.
Yes.
When you say by having that financial aid in place by, July 28th, you just mean getting that award letter.
Getting that award letter.
Right. And then the college will take care of it from there.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, and I understand too, like you said, one more time, there are financial aid assistance available from Springfield and also at Taylorville.
Definitely. We can, when students have really diverse questions that we don't hear every day, we usually hook them up with the person in Springfield because they're the ones that do this every day.
But most of the time, most questions
we can handle.
Yeah. All right. Let me reintroduce you here. That is Lincoln Land Community College Taylorville Director Dee Kruger right here on the WTIM Morning Show. Your stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. More from Dee Kruger after this short break.
WTIM. Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Landmark of Taylorville, proud to bring you this stream. Yeah, you'll always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm here in studio with Lincoln Land Community College Taylorville Director Dee Kruger. Great to have you here.
Good to be here.
So it is summer right now. I'm looking at all the different types of meat I can grill outside, and I understand that Taylorville, or rather Lincoln Land Community College, has a really good culinary program.
We do. We have a fantastic culinary program up in Springfield, and one of our culinary chefs will be down to demonstrate grilling techniques and serve up samples at Ace Hardware in Taylorville on Saturday, July 9th. It's going to be from 10 to 11 a.m. will be the demonstrations. So Jolene Lamb, our culinary coordinator, will be there serving up some good stuff, and we'll be there as well to give you information about Lincoln Land.
I know this is 2 weeks in advance, but do we have any idea of what kind of food
I don't know what she's grilling up.
Yeah, she might not even know.
She may not know. That's very true. Yeah, but I know she has a plan, and I know it'll be wonderful.
Oh, well, that sounds
so.
like
If you have time to drop in, I think Ace is having some kind of big event that day too. So maybe % off something. I don't know. But start the grilling season and to celebrate that.
That is Saturday, July 9th from 10 to 11 a.m. You said at Ace Hardware?
Ace Hardware in Taylorville on Spresser.
Excellent. I also know that the Lincoln Land Community College graduated quite a few
Yes, we did.
In this last spring.
Last spring, we graduated over 1,600 degrees and certificates. Approximately 120 students from the Taylorville area. We usually count Taylorville, Nokomis, Morrisonville, Edinburgh, South Kincaid in that count. And there was 120 students from this area earning degrees or certificates.
Is that about what you expected? Or?
Yeah, I think that's about average for us.
Yeah.
So it's really good. And I know a lot of those students wouldn't have been able to earn their degree or certificate without our location here in Taylorville. Yeah.
Coming out of the pandemic, is that up from the last couple of years, or is this about the same?
I think it's about average.
Still about average?
It's still about average.
Okay.
Yeah, the pandemic, I know a lot of people were hurt. They didn't get that graduation experience like we did this year. But high school students suffered through the same thing, unfortunately, and it just was what it was. But we're still, speaking of that word COVID, we're still doing COVID testing. The governor did extend that through the end of July, I believe. So all students and staff who are not fully vaccinated need to be COVID tested once a week.
Well, you mentioned the graduation experience for the last couple of years, not being able to have it. Those, I would imagine, with a 2-year program too, a lot of those students who came from high school into Lincoln Land Community College just got their first graduation ceremony.
Oh, yes, they might have.
I mean, that's huge.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they might not have had their high school one. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what does it mean to Lincoln Land Community College to be able to offer that first graduation ceremony? For them?
We were all spaced out, and everybody had tickets, and they were all spaced out over the Springfield Bank of Springfield. Sorry, I that didn't sound right. Bank of Springfield Center up there, and it's always great, and it's always fulfilling to see all those students, walk across the stage that you've helped, through their journey. It's just a fulfilling night. Yeah. We get all dressed up in our robes and participate, and it's one of my favorite days of the year.
Yeah. And you get to do that twice a year, right?
Just once a year.
Once a year.
Just once a year in May.
All right. Yeah. All right.
You can graduate in December. You just don't walk until May.
I see. I understand what you're putting down there. Well, anything else that you wanted to mention about graduation?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, moving on. There was one other thing that you wanted to mention and talk about here before we end our conversation.
Sure.
Today.
The Christian County Fair. Lincoln Land is a proud sponsor of the Christian County Agricultural Fair. And we will be there. Tisha and I will be there during the Queen pageant, right before it starts, handing out handheld fans. Ooh. Because we all know in Christian County during the fair, it's usually swelterly. So everyone will like to see a sea of those nice blue fans we're going to be handing out.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. And do you know what day that is? That pageant?
Is it the Tuesday? I
think so. That sounds
I think
right
the fair starts on Tuesday,
and the pageants are usually on the first day. So
yeah,
you guys will be there handing those out. What do you got to do to get one of those? Just
go into the grandstand
Nice.
or walk
Nice
by
and
and
simple.
ask if you can have one. Sure, not a problem.
Nice and simple. Well, what are you looking forward to as you head into this next school year?
The next school year, I'm really looking forward to how these 8 weeks are going to work out for students, because it's all about them in the end. We can say it's the best thing, but until we see proof and the students are happy with it, we won't know.
Right.
But I'm sure everything's going to work out just well. And I'm excited to welcome back people to the center in classes, in person. It gets kind of lonely out there when you don't see students in the hallway. So that's always something to look forward to at the end of fall, at the end of August, is having everyone back.
Something I neglected when we talked a little bit about the 8-week courses. I
Mhm.
mean, how is the staff?
They're having to redesign their curriculum, obviously, because
Right.
they'll be meeting with students 4 days a week instead of 2. And they'll be dishing out the information at twice the rate of speed, which is nothing different than a summer semester anyway. Summer's 8 weeks long, so it's not like something brand new we've never done. So yeah, they're just busy tweaking their courses to that 8-week format.
Yeah, I'd imagine that they're ready for the challenge.
Yes, I think they are. I can imagine going and teaching 5 sections and doing the same lecture 5 times in one day. I can imagine how that is.
No.
I love to teach, but I don't think I could do it for a full-time job. That's for sure. But yeah, we're excited about just having everyone back in person, seeing all those smiling faces and watching all the light bulbs go off as they learn things. It's just an exciting time.
And one more time, when is that mass registration event?
It is July 26th on a Tuesday from 3 to 7 p.m.
Excellent. That is Lincoln Land Community College Taylorville Director Dee Kruger. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
Your stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. You can find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook page or on YouTube on WTIM TV. You can listen live at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.